United Nations Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres, President of the UN General Assembly Mr. Volkan Bozkır, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset thank the United Nations for convening this special session on COVID-19 at a time when the pandemic continues to spread its tentacles across the globe. While it is heartwarming to note that our efforts have yielded some positive results, we still have a long way to go. No one is safe till everyone is safe. This should be our mantra. In this context, the role of the United Nations becomes important towards coordinated and concerted efforts to deal with the multidimensional impacts of the pandemic. Excellencies, India's response to the pandemic was timely, graded, and proactive. Our calculated measures were designed not just to protect our huge population from the pandemic, but also to ensure that minimal damage is caused to the economy. The initial phases of the lockdown gave us the critically needed time to ramp up our healthcare system and equip it with sufficient hospital beds, isolation facilities, PPE, testing kits, and other medical devices, as well as with trained medical staff across the country. Within 2 months of the pandemic, we expanded our diagnostic facilities from just one major facility for pan-India testing to more than 2,000 today. From having almost no domestic manufacturing of PPE kits, we have today become the second largest manufacturer of PPEs. More than 17,000 dedicated COVID facilities were set up with 1.6 million isolation beds. Digital tools such as the Arogya Setu app were developed and are being effectively used for extensive contact tracing. The government has also been doing its best to ensure that the economy and the livelihoods of the people are not adversely hampered. We announced a massive $266 billion stimulus package, amounting to almost 10% of our GDP, directed at helping low-income groups, marginal farmers, small businesses, migrants, and those in the informal sector. To ensure food security, the world's largest food transfer program was initiated to give extra rations to 800 million people. Excellencies, India has always been guided by its ancient philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, meaning the world is one family. During the unprecedented crisis faced by the world, India emerged as a net provider of health security and successfully shouldered its responsibility as the pharmacy of the world, sending consignments of medicines and medical supplies to almost 150 partner countries. Excellencies, India is recognized as a world leader in vaccines as we produce 60% of vaccines globally and have a record of supplying high-quality, affordable vaccines to the developing world. For COVID-19, we have a pipeline of several vaccines which are under different stages of development. Indian vaccine candidates Covaxin and Zycov-D are under phase 3 and phase 2 trials. Indian vaccine manufacturer Serum Institute of India is already conducting final testing of the Oxford University AstraZeneca Covishield vaccine. As a responsible member of the international community, I want to reiterate that India's vaccine production and delivery capacity will be used to help all humanity in fighting this crisis. India will also help all the countries in enhancing their cold chain and storage capabilities for the delivery of vaccines. Excellencies, the ongoing crisis has laid bare the gaps that exist in global cooperation and governance structures of our multilateral organizations. It is important that we make reformed multilateralism our guiding principle. It is imperative that we must join hands to show leadership, solidarity, and collaboration to deal with the pandemic. We can respond best by collaboration, not confusion, preparation, not panic, and coming together, not growing apart. I thank you.